Stranded on an island, a group of boys descends from order to chaos. But what if their journey also uncovers the hidden corners of our minds? Today, we're unmasking the minds of the boys in The Lord of the Flies, guided by none other than the father of psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud. Imagine our mind as a stage with three main actors: the impulsive id, the balancing ego, and the ever-judging superego. Now, picture these not just in our heads, but living and breathing on a deserted island. It's a wild thought, right? Stick with us as we explore Golding's classic through a Freudian lens, uncovering new mysteries of human nature and the age-old tug-of-war within our psyche. And trust me, this is one adventure you won't want to miss. Before we jump into the thick of our island adventure, let's get to know our guide better. Meet Sigmund Freud, the brilliant mind behind the concepts we'll be exploring today. Freud believed that our actions, thoughts, and feelings are influenced by three parts of our mind, constantly interacting and sometimes clashing with each other. Picture this. The id is like that little voice urging you to eat that extra slice of cake. It's all about immediate pleasure and doesn't care about consequences. In comes the ego, the great balancer. It's practical, understands reality, and tries to find a middle ground. So maybe just half a slice. And then there's the superego, our internal judge. It's the voice reminding you of your diet and the rules of good behavior. Yes, it can be a bit of a party pooper sometimes. With these three players in mind, let's journey to Golding's Island. As the boys navigate survival, power, and fear, we'll see our Freudian trio come alive in ways you might not expect. Meet Jack, the charismatic, fearless leader of the hunters. But beneath that leadership lies a raw, untamed energy. Remember our friend, the id? Jack might just be the living embodiment of the id on the island. The id is all about the here and now. It doesn't wait, doesn't think twice. It wants, and it wants immediately. And Jack, well, he's not one to wait either. From his very first appearance, Jack's desire to hunt, to exert dominance, and to embrace his wild instincts becomes evident. He's drawn to power and isn't afraid to challenge anyone who stands in his way. Jack's transformation is hard to miss as the story unfolds. His gradual descent into savagery mirrors the id's dominance. Rules? Consequences? They fade away, overshadowed by immediate desires and primal urges. Remember when he shouts, "Kill the pig, cut its throat, kill the pig, bash him in." Ooh. And the Lord of the Flies, that haunting symbol of the boy's inner beast. It's like a nod to the overpowering presence of the id, reminding us of the raw instincts lurking within. With Jack leading the charge, the island becomes a stage where the id's dance of desire plays out, unrestricted and untamed, but he's not the only character with a Freudian counterpart. Enter Ralph, the elected leader and our voice of reason on the island. While Jack's fiery impulses blaze on, Ralph emerges as the counterweight, embodying the role of the ego in our Freudian tale. The ego is the great mediator that navigates the stormy seas between the id's wild desires and the superego's stern moral compass. It's grounded in reality, aiming for balance. For instance, Ralph says, "The fire is the most important thing on the island. How can we ever be rescued except by luck if we don't keep a fire going?" Ralph's priorities are clear: shelters, fire, and hope for rescue. He's the voice urging the boys to think ahead, plan, and work together for the common good. With the conscience the symbol of order and democracy, Ralph tries to instill a sense of structure and civilization among the boys. He's the bridge, trying to reconcile the pull of wild instincts with the need for cooperation and foresight. But it's no easy task. As the ego, Ralph constantly struggles with the challenges posed by Jack's overpowering id. Their clashes aren't just about leadership. They reflect the internal tug-of-war we all experience between impulse and reason. Ralph's journey illustrates the ego's resilience and challenges in navigating a path between raw desires and societal expectations, but our Freudian exploration doesn't end here. Now, Amid the chaos and power struggles of the island, there's one boy who consistently champions reason, morality, and the values of the world they left behind. And that's Piggy. And in Freud's world, he's the voice of our superego. The superego is like our internal compass, guiding us with society's morals, values, and ideals, and that voice reminds us of right from wrong, even when no one's watching. He's the one who says, "What are we? Humans or animals or savages?" And throughout the novel, Piggy is a beacon of intellect and moral clarity. His glasses, not just a tool for sight, symbolize insight, clarity, and enlightenment. And as the story unfolds, the fate of Piggy's glasses mirrors the diminishing influence of the superego on the island. The boys' connection to their past, civilization, and moral judgment weakens as the glasses are damaged and stolen. Piggy never lets the boys forget who they were before the island. He's the reminder of home, school, and a world where rules and decency mattered. His pleas, however, often fall on deaf ears as the lure of the wild takes over. Piggy's role and eventual fate underscore the fragile nature of societal norms when left unchecked. But as we've seen, this island tale is more than just survival. It's a dance of psyche, a reflection of the battles within us, and while the superego may strive for order, its voice can sometimes be drowned out by louder calls. Now, amid the power plays and moral dilemmas, one character stands apart, offering a perspective that doesn't quite fit into Freud's trio. Let's take a closer look at Simon. Simon is often seen as the spiritual heart of the group. While not driven by raw impulse or strict morality, he taps into a deeper understanding and innate human intuition. His conversations with the Lord of the Flies are among the novel's most haunting moments. And while the other boys fear an external beast, Simon understands the true nature of the monster, the darkness within each of them. He says, quote, "Maybe there is a beast. Maybe it's only us," unquote. In a world dominated by the id's desires and ego's struggles, Simon's insights offer a fresh perspective. He recognizes the inherent good and evil within humanity and the delicate balance that exists. And tragically, Simon's wisdom and clarity are met with fear and misunderstanding. His fate is a stark reminder of what can happen when we fail to recognize and understand the deeper truths within us. Simon's role in The Lord of the Flies offers depth beyond Freud's model, reminding us that human nature is complex, multifaceted, and often beyond easy categorization. He's a beacon of introspection in a world teetering on the brink of chaos. And as days become weeks on the island, it's not just about survival anymore. It's a battle of wills, ideologies, and inner forces, and this power shift is where Freud's concepts come alive in full force. Remember our three actors? The id, the ego, and the superego? On Golding's Island, their delicate balance is tested to the extreme. Jack's rise isn't just about leadership, it's the overpowering force of the id, unrestrained and unchecked. The island becomes a playground for immediate desires, and the ego and superego struggle to maintain a foothold. And it's not just an individual transformation. The boys collectively sway under the id's influence, with moments of frenzied unity that blur the lines between civilization and savagery. Symbols of order and civilization crumble, signaling the weakening presence of the ego and superego. The once hopeful signal fire, Piggy's insightful glasses, the democratic conch, all face the onslaught of unchecked impulses. Golding's narrative isn't just a tale of stranded boys, it's a magnifying glass of human nature, a dance of inner forces. And as the power dynamics shift on their island, we're left to ponder. In the battle of the id, ego, and superego, who truly reigns supreme in our own worlds? From sun-kissed beaches to shadowy forest depths, Golding's Island is more than just a setting, it's a mirror, reflecting the tumultuous landscape of our minds. And through the trials and tribulations of Ralph, Jack, Piggy, and Simon, we've journeyed into the heart of Freud's theories, exploring the intricate dance of our desires, reason, and morals. And ultimately, the boys are rescued. But at what cost? The scars of the island, both visible and invisible, serve as a potent reminder of the fragility of civilization when inner forces run wild. Golding's tale isn't just about survival. It's an exploration into the depths of the human psyche, a testament to the enduring pull of our primal instincts and the delicate balance that keeps them in check. And as we close the pages on The Lord of the Flies, we're left with more than just a gripping tale. It's an invitation to introspect, to recognize and understand the forces within us, and to ponder the age-old question, what truly defines our humanity? Our journey through Golding's Island, guided by Freud's insights, has been enlightening and thought-provoking, but as with every good story, there's always more to explore and discover. If this has sparked your curiosity, I encourage you to pick up The Lord of the Flies and read it with fresh eyes. Have your own interpretations or insights about the novel? Share them in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this analysis, show some love and give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to share with fellow literature enthusiasts. And for more explorations into the world of books, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, happy reading.